Maqbara in Arabic means cemetery. It's a word that people avoid and prefer to not use that much, but Mabqara is a mystic place which concerns us all, isn't it? It would be better if we should all take a walk in these places sometimes, especially when we feel overwhelmed, depressed of our life, unsatisfied, and also not for religious reasons, just to realize how much we believe that tomorrow, just tomorrow morning, we might not be in this reality anymore on earth. We could be dead. We are alive for a spit of time. The rest of eternity we are dead or not yet born. We live our lives with the arrogance and presumption of as if we were immortal. Hello? Are you with me? And yet we take it for granted and fill our daily lives with bullshit with the impression that we can thus forget an existence that is given to us together with a countdown. Are you ready? Let's go down that rabbit hole tonight. You die, eh? It's a half-truth, but there is some truth. The good news is that no one knows if it will be tonight or in 1 month or in many years. Imagine and make real the fact that tomorrow late evening, imagine at 11 o'clock you will die. Worried, right? We need it for later. Today and tomorrow are the last days of your life. You have a handful of hours left. Stop, close your eyes and breathe deeply. Feel the beating of your heart. Every pulse is a tick on the clock of your remaining existence. At that stage, you know that you are running out of time. Look around carefully. Everything is moving as always, right? People around you are running, moving, they are talking, arguing, they are falling in love, will be sad, some more and some less, but then everything will return to normality. A cold awareness envelops you. Can you imagine not existing anymore? It's not an exercise in imagination. It's not a game. It's the raw, inclusive truth. We are like fresh milk with the expiry date printed on our foreheads. Well, but instead you are alive. You are alive, sure, for the moment. Who cares for how long or what we care about? And here come those who say, no, but I'm not afraid of death, I'm prepared. It is a normal defense of our mind. Who talked about fear of death? Who talked about fear? The less time it takes people to think about that phrase, the more likely it's as if it were an immune defense against the fear of death. I'm not romanticizing death, I'm rational about it. If I suddenly pass away, I can't feel upset, angry, or stressed. At most, others will feel that way. But what if you knew you had only 1 year left to live and your health wasn't good? Would you change anything? People often prefer to think about death symbolically, avoiding the concrete exercise of visualizing it. Too easy, my friend, and useless. I don't have much time left and I'm not doing well. It could be 2 months or 6, but I want to do a ton of stuff in this time. The last few months or weeks, I'll probably be stuck in bed feeling worse, and the suffering will be constant until I can't think straight. This happens to everyone, no exceptions. For many it's even worse, maybe a slow, painful decline over time. How many people you have seen, many, probably too many in this situation, stuck in illness, undergoing terrible treatments. It's tough. Others will have the good fortune to die in their sleep. There was a joke where the teacher asked the kids how they wanted to die, and one of them said, like my grandfather in his sleep, not like his friends. And the teacher asks, how did his friends die? And the boy in a car accident and my grandfather was driving the car. Sounds cynical, but it's not, because life and death are simply moments. But we are all heading towards one of those outcomes. Here we are, many of us watching this video on YouTube. For a realistic statistic, did you know that in the last 24 hours, 90,000 people have died? 90,001, 90,002, 1 per second, one of us on average may not make it to the end of the month. Hooray, Karibo, what a nice episode. Congratulations, Karibo. Hooray, probably you are thinking in this moment, isn't it? I know it sounds weird, but really it's a basic concept of happiness. Because if we're playing Russian roulette every day, and every day someone kicks it, and every day it could be us, well, every day when I find out it's still not me, I jump for joy. Honestly, no, I'm happy I have another day at my disposal. This is the point. Every morning when you wake up, you have to look around and make a big smile because you are alive. You survive for another day to the Russian roulette. We must care about our daily lives, how to improve our days, how to feel better. And death, oh well, it's huge taboo. It seems that only bad things can come out of discussing it. Stop it. Stop to avoid this argument, because by facing it, you are forced in enjoy the life. And in the meantime, some of us are still doing all those stupid things like, come on guys, be good or you'll get hurt. Stop believing that just because we're talking about it. The reaction to the fear of death varies widely among all of us. Some find fear as an impulse to live with intensity and curiosity, and I am totally like that, while others can be overwhelmed by anxiety or denial, and these differences may depend on factors such as personal resilience, life experiences, cultural and social context, and especially personal beliefs about death and the hereafter. Culture and religion play a vital role in shaping these beliefs and practices. What the system, school, and religion teach us are the foundations of our future lifestyle, influencing how we view life, death, sin, and our relationship with the divine. 2 examples: Islamic versus Christian approach to life and death. According to the Islamic faith, Allah has bestowed life, and humans should be grateful for this gift by living life with joy, happiness, and awareness of their responsibility towards God and others. Gratitude for life is an important principle in Islam, which encourages living in harmony with religious teachings and striving for goodness in the world. On the contrary, in Christian culture, it is believed that humans are born with original sin and must live their lives in repentance for sins, even those they have not committed, seeking expiation for sin. This is the crux of the matter. We can either enjoy life as an amazing gift, akin to a holiday in a paradise place we've dreamt of for years, or we can suffer through life with anxiety, hoping for rewards in the afterlife. Imagine, as many philosophers say, the life is the paradise, and after there is just a dark hole. What do? Nobody come back to tell us what happened after. This difference in perspective is at the heart of our discussion. Why must we always pay such a heavy price for something good? If I am a good person and do no harm intentionally, why must I suffer in life? It's worth pondering. What bothers me, though, is that it's discussed so little, or especially that people often downplay the conversation with phrases like, "I've made peace with death," or "I'm not afraid of death, great job, great, a Medal of Honor, good for you, but it's true," or "You are just trying to avoid you anxiety for death, so you are just fulfilling your mouth with philosophical words." Fantastic, but I'm not interested in the outcome. I'm interested in understanding the thinking behind it. Firstly, what death are you thinking of? And then, banally, why? Why can you make peace with the fact that you will no longer be you, that all are expressing ourselves, from moments of laughter, happiness, crying, love, disgust, surprise, anger, dancing, freedom, carefreeness, problems, wounds, rebirths, that all of this will disappear so easily? I'm interested in where you are, at what phase you are making with your certain, inevitable, unavoidable death. I have bad news for you. You can't choose how you die, which is why it's important to be devoted to life and find joy in being alive. Live each day to the fullest, appreciating the gift of life and the opportunities it brings. Embrace the beauty of the present moment and the experiences it offers, for it is in living fully that we find true fulfillment. And if it happened 3 days from now, what would you start doing? Think about it. Atone for sin, or do you prefer to give grace to life itself? You prefer to think you have to, and why aren't you already doing it? And if when you die you weren't completely dead, there are numerous examples of people alive after clinical death, or you enter in the light or in the dark. I prefer to say that enjoy the vision of a good life. Why? Good life is good death. Be straightforward, avoid bad company, because the worst death is to live like a death person in life. Good death is die by having enjoyed and give merit to the life. This is what I call a magical receipt. I don't know why. People is stuck to useless things, when the life is amazing period of the infinite. Be sure that universe don't care if you live well or bad, if you enjoy your life but also don't care, if you die after an happy life or after a miserable life. Remember, the best revenge for the bad things happen to us in life is to look forward wide open and live happily. So brother and sister, enjoy and have a good life.